Well, we're on the set of my new movie, Molly's Theory of Relativity, and there's all kinds of hustle and bustle going on. We're in a small set. We've got a crew of about 27 people, and it's already crowded. Next week, we're going to have 9 actors instead of 4. And so it's going to resemble something like the statement you've seen in the Marx Brothers movie, A Night at the Opera. But it's tremendous fun. We've shot about half the movie, and kind of at a record pace. But it's been extraordinarily satisfying and electric and exciting, and the ages of our cast range from 6 to 84. And so we really have an incredible broad spectrum of characters, and, you know, so far so good.
Terrifying. Einstein.
My character is Zack, and he's dealing with, I think, issues of growing up and assuming responsibility for his life and his relationship, and he's struggling with his father's images, what he perceives to be his father's images of who Zack should be versus his own sense of happiness. So, you know, his father he feels that his father maybe imagined that he would be an upper middle class professional of some kind, but he doesn't really have those kind of ambitions.
Minimum wage jobs make people complacent.
That's an ignorant thing to say, all right? The people I meet at the airport are so happy. I meet families and executives and lovers and children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I get to hear big, wonderful adventures. Everybody has a great travel story.
Of course they do!
Well, I want mine.
And then there's the added pressure of feeling like he might need to be a breadwinner for his family and Molly, and she's just lost her job and his jobs aren't so great. So those are kind of his conflicts that he's dealing with in the film.
We just had an awesome talk at the museum not too long ago about this new technique we've been using. There's this star, Epsilon Orgae, and it's been eclipsing. It's about like 100 parsecs, it's like 300 light years away.
I play Molly, and I think probably my favorite part about Molly is that even as she's getting older, she still retains sort of a childlike wonder at the world and at the universe. I think similarly, she's going through a lot of issues with her family. She suffered a lot of loss, and I think she's torn between sort of wanting to like retain a wonder at the world, and also feeling like it's hard to maintain that as you get older. And I kind of relate to that, sort of wishing you were still innocent and wishing you could still hold on to that.
I play Asher, and I've never played anybody like Asher before. He's a Jewish dad, and I've never been cast as a Jewish dad before, so it's so much fun to do. He comes to visit his son and daughter-in-law on Halloween night, and a widower, and the son and he are estranged, and I think the dad is finally feeling like he's ready to perhaps make up, and the son is not ready. So in terms of the arc of the story for my character, that's the story is how the father and son come together.
You don't like him working minimum wage one bit, do you?
He opens car doors for me. He sends me Valentine's Day cards on every holiday except for Valentine's Day. It's smart. It's cute. I mean, I'm the most devoted wife I know.
What was it that attracted you to the role?
I was so happy to work with Jeff again. We had such a great time on 12:30, and he wrote the part for me, and I was deeply flattered, and so I'm just thrilled to be back in his orbit.
I really love this character because my best friend's mother died when we were in our early 20s. And her, you know, now that I'm in my 40s, her presence is still so there. And particularly for my best friend. You know, it's like every year on her birthday we celebrate, every year when she died we celebrate. You know, it's just like she's such a presence. And so this role really made sense to me, that this young woman always has her mother around. And it's sort of the good and the bad, you know. We can, you sort of learning to respect your mother's presence and what she was to you in the hard times, as well as what you really miss is the attention from your mother. So I am I'm spending this day with everybody, but I'm gone, and I'm with my mother who's also gone, and we are, I just think it's a lovely way to pay tribute to generations.
The script is sort of surreal and dreamlike, and I think the fact that we're a real couple can bring some reality to this really strange and unusual script.
Well, I think like a lot of stories, the great stories, they're all about how do we love one another and how do we trust one another, and responsibility for mistakes made and reparations for mistakes made. I think the stories I'm most interested in are about how people manage to be with one another.
The other day we were shooting a scene where I'm dressing my daughter, and the DP, who's a woman, burst into tears.
I worried that everything came so easily for you. Until I realized that, generally, you heeded every little bit of advice I gave you as a little girl. You leavened it with your own style. Imagination. Determination. You were both unique and a carbon copy of me.
She just burst into tears, and I just miss my mom. It's like, oh my God. That's what this is all about. That's completely what this is all about. She just misses her mom.
Like all of Jeff's films, nobody makes movies like he does. So I would say it's a beautiful character study that's touching, and it's sad, and it's got some hilarious fantasy elements to it. It's really crazy. He's really gone someplace brand new in this movie.
Molly lost her job, Dad. She was laid off a year ago, and now I'm scared.
27 years. It's the first time your confidence has been shaken, am I right?
I worried that everything came so easily for you.
I used to be a glass 3/4 full kind of a guy.
It's stupid.
I still am.
Your mother wanted to be there for all the important days of your life, but she died.
We're starting from scratch. We're going to low in Norway. We're moving to Norway.
You're running away from home.
I don't want to fail here.
I don't want your gratitude for what I did for you in your life, and I absolutely will not pay for it.
Money doesn't grow on trees, you know?
Molly made a good living, Dad. Now I support Molly.
Here's your mother.
Mom's dead, Grandma.
For the past 5 months, I've had 2 minimum wage jobs.
Never had to look for a job before, not once.
Everyone has grandmas.
Do you have a grandma?
Yeah.
Who do you live with now?
My mother's father, or my father's father-in-law.
And Grandma is always cooking. I mean, always. She never rests, never pauses.
Don't be afraid to let me help you, Mom.
You don't like him working minimum wage one bit, do you?
I love her. When I wake up in the morning, I love her when I get home from work. I love her when I tuck her into bed.
My dad did pass away. He died, but I miss him.
Why did you retire?
Women live longer than men. Do you know that?
That's what people have told me, but I live with a man. All the women in my life died.
There's a job teaching at Princeton.
What if we don't like it in Norway? What if we just grow up to be like 60 years old and then all you get is more tired? Isn't being tired hard work?
$120,000 is all you have left? You're gonna live off that the rest of your life? And what about me?
What will you do if Molly can't find a job in Norway? Run away from her?
I was good at my job. I was great at my job.